Imagine working tirelessly day after day, sacrificing comforts, staying up late, learning, experimenting, and pushing yourself forward, all while no one, not even the people who gave you life, truly noticed. You never asked for help. You never relied on handouts. And yet, quietly, you built something extraordinary. Now imagine the moment they finally see it: the net worth, the achievements, the life you created entirely on your own, and the realization hits. All those doubts, assumptions, and underestimations were just waiting for proof. Tonight, I want to take you on a journey through that quiet struggle, that hidden ambition, and that ultimate vindication, the kind of story that is just about money, but about independence, resilience, and the power of letting your actions speak louder than words. By the end of this talk, you'll understand why true success isn't given, it is earned, and why sometimes the sweetest victory is proving yourself without a single confrontation. So stay with me, because what you are about to hear is just a story. It is a roadmap for anyone who's ever been underestimated, overlooked, or told they could achieve their dreams. Self-reliance, always handled finances independently, reflects a mindset and lifestyle shaped by the belief that personal responsibility is paramount. It is more than just not asking for money. It is a conscious choice to navigate life's challenges through one's own effort, decisions, and discipline. From a young age, self-reliance requires an understanding that financial security is built gradually, often through trial and error. It means developing skills to earn, save, and manage money without depending on external support, even from those closest to you. Handling finances independently instills a sense of accountability, where every decision, whether a success or a mistake, belongs entirely to the individual, and the lessons learned become deeply ingrained. This independence is cultivated through consistent habits such as budgeting, tracking expenses, and prioritizing needs over wants. It also involves seeking knowledge, actively learning how to invest, understanding basic principles of financial planning, and exploring ways to create multiple streams of income. Beyond the practical aspects, self-reliance fosters a mindset of resilience. When faced with unexpected expenses, setbacks, or financial emergencies, a self-reliant person does not immediately turn to family or friends for help. Instead, they find solutions, improvise, or strategically adjust their lifestyle to cope. Over time, this builds confidence and mental fortitude, as challenges that might overwhelm others become manageable when approached with a mindset of resourcefulness. Financial independence also influences personal relationships, including the dynamic with parents. Choosing not to rely on them financially can initially create distance or misunderstandings, as parents may not fully grasp the intentionality behind the choice. Yet it often cultivates respect over time, especially when the results of disciplined self-reliance become evident. This approach ensures that achievements, whether small or substantial, are genuinely the individual's own, free from any external attribution. It encourages a long-term perspective, emphasizing patience and strategic planning over short-term gratification. Ultimately, handling finances independently is about more than money. It is a reflection of self-determination, discipline, and the refusal to let circumstances dictate one's path. It is the foundation upon which personal growth, confidence, and future prosperity are built, allowing a person to navigate the complexities of adult life with clarity, dignity, and a strong sense of ownership over their destiny. Early struggles, worked multiple jobs as a student, captures the reality of learning the value of hard work and perseverance at a stage when most people are still figuring out life. Balancing academics, personal growth, and financial responsibilities is a challenge that tests both discipline and resilience. Taking on multiple jobs as a student is not simply about earning money. It is about developing a mindset that understands the relationship between effort and reward, and the sacrifices necessary to achieve long-term goals. It often involves juggling conflicting priorities, such as attending lectures, completing assignments, and maintaining part-time work schedules, which can lead to exhaustion and stress, yet also cultivates time management skills and a sense of responsibility. The early struggles of working while studying force individuals to confront reality directly, rather than relying on others for support, which fosters independence and self-confidence. Each job, whether it is in retail, hospitality, tutoring, or internships, becomes a lesson in professionalism, adaptability, and dealing with people from diverse backgrounds. Students learn to navigate workplace dynamics, handle criticism, and perform under pressure, which are all skills that carry forward into adulthood. Financially, earning one's own income teaches budgeting, prioritization, and delayed gratification. Every dollar earned represents not only immediate survival, but also a step toward future goals, whether saving for education, investing in opportunities, or creating a cushion for independence. Emotionally, working multiple jobs instills resilience and perseverance, as it requires enduring long hours, physical or mental strain, and sometimes discouraging circumstances while maintaining focus on personal ambitions. These early struggles also shape character by reinforcing humility and empathy, as first-hand experience with hard work cultivates appreciation for effort in others. Additionally, the discipline developed during these formative years often translates into a stronger work ethic in later life, where challenges are met with determination rather than avoidance. These experiences also provide a deep sense of accomplishment, as each milestone reached through personal effort validates capability and self-reliance. The journey of managing multiple responsibilities simultaneously teaches lessons that go beyond money, emphasizing problem-solving, adaptability, resilience, and the satisfaction of achieving progress through one's own initiative, laying a foundation for long-term independence and success in both personal and professional spheres. Avoiding handouts, never asked for parental support despite hardships, reflects a conscious choice to face life as challenges without relying on others, even when the path is difficult and full of obstacles. This mindset is rooted in the desire to cultivate true independence and personal accountability, understanding that relying on one's own abilities builds confidence and resilience in ways that assistance from others cannot. Choosing not to ask for financial help from parents is not a matter of pride alone, but a deliberate decision to test and prove one's capacity to navigate the world with self-sufficiency. It often requires enduring uncomfortable situations, making tough choices, and living with limitations that could be alleviated by external support. Such experiences teach resourcefulness, forcing creative problem-solving when confronted with unexpected expenses, emergencies, or setbacks. Financial independence, when earned entirely through one's own efforts, carries a profound sense of ownership and responsibility. Every achievement, no matter how small, becomes a personal triumph rather than a shared victory. Avoiding handouts also cultivates long-term planning skills, as it encourages careful budgeting, prioritization, and the anticipation of potential challenges. It demands a deep understanding of personal strengths and weaknesses, as one learns to rely on what they can control while finding innovative ways to address what they cannot. Emotionally, choosing this path often involves moments of doubt and struggle, where the temptation to seek external support is strong, but resisting it strengthens character and self-belief. It teaches patience, discipline, and the value of delayed gratification, showing that true independence is rarely instantaneous, but the result of consistent effort and perseverance. Relationships with parents and family can also be subtly affected, as the decision not to ask for help may initially be misunderstood as aloofness or defiance, yet it can also earn deep respect over time when the results of this self-reliance become apparent. Furthermore, avoiding handouts fosters humility and a grounded perspective, as success achieved without reliance on others highlights personal effort over inherited advantage or external assistance. This approach emphasizes that the ability to thrive independently, even in the face of adversity, is a powerful foundation for personal growth, self-confidence, and long-term success, reinforcing the principle that true empowerment comes from trusting oneself, facing challenges head-on, and building a life that is self-sustained and resilient to the unpredictability of circumstances. Hidden ambition, quietly nurtured big dreams, captures the idea of cultivating aspirations privately, without broadcasting intentions or seeking validation from others. This approach often stems from a combination of self-discipline, focus, and the understanding that true progress does not require external approval. Hidden ambition allows an individual to develop goals and strategies in a concentrated, undistracted manner, dedicating energy to building skills, knowledge, and resources necessary to achieve long-term success. It involves envisioning a future that may seem improbable or out of reach to others while working steadily behind the scenes to make it tangible. By keeping ambitions private, one avoids the pressures of judgment, unsolicited advice, or discouragement, which can often derail or dilute motivation. Quietly nurturing big dreams requires patience and strategic planning, as the journey toward them often involves incremental progress rather than immediate results. Every step, every lesson learned, and every small achievement becomes a building block toward the larger vision, even when unseen by friends, family, or peers. Hidden ambition also fosters resilience, because setbacks are internalized as challenges to overcome rather than failures to be exposed publicly. The individual becomes self-reliant not only financially or practically but also emotionally, learning to trust their own judgment and perseverance over the approval or recognition of others. This approach cultivates discipline and focus, as distractions are minimized and efforts are directed toward measurable progress, even in silence. There is a subtle power in hidden ambition, as it creates an element of surprise when results eventually manifest, often surpassing the expectations of those who doubted or underestimated the effort being invested. It teaches the value of consistency, persistence, and long-term thinking, as dreams nurtured quietly tend to be pursued with intention and depth rather than performative urgency. Furthermore, hidden ambition encourages reflection and self-awareness, allowing individuals to reassess, adjust, and refine their goals without external interference. It emphasizes personal satisfaction and fulfillment over external validation, fostering a sense of accomplishment rooted in effort rather than recognition. By silently working toward ambitious goals, one develops the patience, strategy, and resilience necessary to transform vision into reality, demonstrating that significant achievements often begin in quiet determination, careful planning, and unwavering belief in oneself, rather than public acknowledgement or immediate acclaim. Sacrifice, skipped luxuries to save and invest, reflects a mindset in which immediate gratification is deliberately set aside in favor of long-term goals and financial security. Sacrifice is a cornerstone of building independence and wealth, especially for someone determined to achieve success without relying on others. It involves making conscious decisions to forego things that may seem appealing in the moment, whether it is dining out frequently, buying trendy clothes, taking vacations, or indulging in other non-essential expenditures, and instead channeling resources towards savings, investments, or opportunities that will yield greater returns in the future. This practice requires discipline and a clear understanding of priorities, as resisting temptations that peers or society may find normal or enjoyable can be emotionally challenging. Sacrifice is not merely about cutting costs. It is about valuing long-term stability and growth over temporary comfort. Each instance of forgoing a luxury reinforces self-control, strengthens financial literacy, and sharpens decision-making skills, as every choice carries consequences that impact future opportunities. It often involves careful budgeting, meticulous tracking of expenses, and the constant evaluation of needs versus wants, cultivating a mindset that is strategic rather than impulsive. The act of sacrificing also shapes character, teaching patience, humility, and resilience. It provides a sense of empowerment because every dollar saved or wisely invested represents an intentional step toward independence and self-sufficiency, earned through thoughtful planning and restraint rather than borrowed resources. Sacrifice frequently goes unnoticed by others, especially family or peers, which can create a sense of isolation or misunderstanding. But the long-term benefits compound quietly, eventually manifesting in financial stability, growth, and the ability to pursue larger ambitions. Moreover, sacrifice instills a deep appreciation for the value of money and the effort required to earn it, reinforcing the importance of hard work and persistence. Over time, these small, consistent decisions accumulate, creating a foundation upon which wealth, opportunity, and personal freedom can be built. It also fosters strategic thinking, as one learns to evaluate which short-term pleasures are worth forgoing in exchange for future gains. By consciously choosing sacrifice, an individual trains both mindset and habits to align with long-term vision, cultivating discipline, foresight, and resilience, while laying the groundwork for independence, financial security, and the ability to achieve goals without reliance on others, demonstrating that meaningful progress often comes from restraint, careful planning, and the willingness to delay gratification for enduring rewards. Financial literacy, learned investing and entrepreneurship early, reflects a proactive approach to understanding and managing money, emphasizing the importance of knowledge as the foundation for independence and long-term success. Financial literacy goes beyond simply earning and saving. It involves comprehending how money works, recognizing opportunities for growth, and making informed decisions that maximize potential returns while minimizing risk. Learning about investing early allows an individual to understand concepts such as compounding, asset allocation, diversification, and risk management, which are crucial for building sustainable wealth over time. It also fosters a mindset that sees money as a tool rather than an end in itself, emphasizing the strategic use of resources to generate opportunities and financial security. Entrepreneurship complements this knowledge by teaching the value of innovation, problem-solving, and creating value in the marketplace. Engaging in entrepreneurial ventures at an early stage encourages self-reliance, resilience, and practical decision-making, as it exposes one to real-world challenges such as competition, market fluctuations, and operational constraints. Combining investing and entrepreneurship develops critical thinking and strategic planning, requiring foresight and adaptability to navigate uncertain environments successfully. Early exposure to these concepts also instills discipline and patience, as financial growth is rarely instantaneous and requires careful monitoring, learning from mistakes, and continuous adjustment of strategies. Financial literacy provides confidence in handling personal and professional finances, reducing dependency on others for advice or support, and enabling informed choices regarding career, investments, and lifestyle. It encourages an analytical perspective, allowing one to evaluate opportunities critically, weigh potential risks, and make calculated decisions that align with long-term goals. Furthermore, understanding money management at a young age cultivates responsibility, as individuals learn that every action, from spending to investing, has consequences that affect future outcomes. It also builds resilience, because knowledge equips one to anticipate challenges, recover from setbacks, and pivot strategies when necessary. Financial literacy and entrepreneurial experience together foster a sense of empowerment, highlighting the ability to shape one's own path rather than relying on inheritance, loans, or external assistance. By learning these skills early, an individual lays a strong foundation for independence, ensuring that growth and success are the results of informed decisions, strategic action, and continuous learning, ultimately creating a life where financial freedom is achievable through knowledge, effort, and calculated risk-taking rather than chance or external support. Family perception. Parents assumed their child needed guidance or help, highlights the complex dynamics that can exist between children and their parents, particularly when it comes to independence and financial responsibility. Often, parents, motivated by love and concern, assume that their child cannot fully navigate the challenges of adulthood alone, especially in areas such as career, education, and finances. This assumption is rarely malicious. It stems from a desire to protect and provide, shaped by their own experiences and cultural or generational expectations. However, this perception can sometimes create tension when the child is capable and determined to manage life independently. Parents may offer advice unsolicited, suggest financial help, or make decisions on their child's behalf, believing it to be in their best interest. For someone striving to achieve self-reliance, this well-intentioned guidance can feel limiting or even patronizing, as it subtly implies doubt in their abilities. Children who resist such assumptions often develop a heightened sense of determination to prove themselves, not necessarily out of defiance but as a way to assert competence and autonomy. This dynamic requires navigating emotional intelligence, balancing respect for parents with the pursuit of independence, and making choices that honor personal goals without causing unnecessary conflict. Over time, the contrast between parental expectations and actual capability becomes evident, particularly when the child achieves milestones without external assistance. Parents' initial assumptions may shift to admiration or surprise as they recognize the effort, discipline, and strategic thinking their child has applied to achieve success. This shift in perception can be powerful, as it validates years of quiet perseverance and independent decision-making. At the same time, it may reveal the underlying irony in the relationship. Those who were once seen as inexperienced or dependent are now fully capable, demonstrating growth that was not always apparent. Managing these perceptions requires patience and resilience, as the child must often endure underestimation or unsolicited advice while staying focused on long-term objectives. The experience also teaches valuable lessons about empathy, understanding that parental concern comes from love, even when expressed in ways that feel limiting. Ultimately, navigating family perception is a nuanced aspect of independence, showing that personal achievements are often accompanied by shifts in how others view capability, respect, and maturity, and that proving one's worth quietly through consistent effort can reshape relationships and expectations without confrontation. Stealth success, achieved milestones without announcing them, reflects the deliberate choice to pursue goals quietly, without broadcasting accomplishments or seeking validation from others. This approach emphasizes the value of results over recognition, allowing personal growth and achievements to develop organically without the pressures of public scrutiny or judgment. Stealth success requires discipline, focus, and patience, as it often involves long periods of hard work where progress may not be immediately visible to friends, family, or peers. Choosing to achieve milestones quietly demonstrates a deep understanding that the process of growth is more important than external acknowledgement, and that personal satisfaction and self-validation are more meaningful than praise or attention. It also allows one to navigate setbacks without the fear of embarrassment, as failures remain private, and can be used as learning opportunities without the added pressure of public opinion. By keeping accomplishments under the radar, an individual can focus fully on strategic decision-making, refining skills, and executing plans effectively rather than managing impressions or competing for recognition. Stealth success often cultivates resilience, as it requires maintaining motivation even when progress is invisible to others, reinforcing intrinsic drive rather than relying on external encouragement. It also fosters humility, as the individual develops an understanding that true success is measured by personal growth, impact, and mastery, rather than how it is perceived by others. This approach can create a sense of quiet power, as the eventual revelation of achievements often surprises others and commands genuine respect, highlighting the contrast between what was assumed and what was actually accomplished. Furthermore, achieving milestones without announcing them encourages long-term thinking, as it prioritizes sustained growth and meaningful results over short-term accolades or superficial recognition. It also reduces the likelihood of envy, judgment, or interference from others, allowing one to pursue ambitious goals with clarity and independence. Stealth success nurtures a mindset of self-reliance, as the individual learns to measure progress against personal standards and goals, rather than societal expectations. It teaches patience, strategic planning, and the ability to work consistently toward objectives without needing constant validation or attention. Ultimately, this approach underscores the power of quiet perseverance, demonstrating that the most significant achievements are often those that are nurtured and cultivated privately, with intention, discipline, and an unwavering focus on the long-term vision. Persistence, long nights, side hustles, and constant learning embodies the relentless determination required to achieve meaningful success, especially when pursuing independence without external support. Persistence is the willingness to keep moving forward despite fatigue, setbacks, or uncertainty, and it is often demonstrated through countless hours spent working toward a goal that may not yield immediate results. Long nights represent both the literal and figurative sacrifices involved in this process, where personal comfort, leisure, and social life are often set aside in order to focus on productivity and growth. Side hustles play a critical role in this kind of persistence, as they allow for the cultivation of skills, generation of additional income, and the exploration of opportunities beyond conventional paths. Engaging in side hustles requires versatility, adaptability, and creativity, because success often depends on managing multiple responsibilities simultaneously while maintaining quality and consistency. Constant learning complements this persistence, as it involves continuously seeking knowledge, refining skills, and staying informed about trends, technologies, or strategies that can enhance personal and professional development. This commitment to lifelong learning ensures that efforts are not wasted, that mistakes become lessons rather than repeated failures, and that each step forward is informed and purposeful. Persistence in this context is rarely glamorous. It is built on repetition, discipline, and the quiet accumulation of small achievements that compound over time. It also develops resilience, as repeated effort through challenging circumstances strengthens the ability to cope with setbacks and continue striving toward long-term objectives. Emotionally, maintaining persistence through long nights and multiple responsibilities requires mental fortitude, self-motivation, and a deep sense of purpose, as the rewards may not be immediate or obvious. Over time, these habits shape character, instilling patience, diligence, and the confidence that effort invested intentionally will produce results. The combination of long nights, side hustles, and constant learning also encourages strategic thinking, as individuals must prioritize tasks, manage energy effectively, and identify which opportunities are worth pursuing in alignment with broader goals. Persistence fosters a sense of ownership over one's achievements, reinforcing that success is earned rather than granted. It highlights the distinction between temporary effort and sustained commitment, emphasizing that true growth, independence, and mastery are the result of consistent work, adaptability, and the refusal to give up even when challenges seem overwhelming. Unexpected recognition. Parents only noticed wealth after seeing concrete numbers, reflects the dynamic shift that occurs when effort and achievements, long unnoticed or underestimated, finally become undeniable through tangible results. This recognition is often delayed, not because of a lack of effort or accomplishment, but because success that is quietly earned can be invisible to those who are not directly involved in the process. Parents, like anyone observing from the outside, may assume that guidance, support, or experience is necessary for their child to achieve stability or prosperity. They may not realize the extent of dedication, sacrifice, and strategic thinking that has been invested over the years. When financial milestones or concrete indicators of wealth become apparent, it serves an undeniable validation of self-reliance and capability, compelling acknowledgement even from those who may have doubted it. This moment of recognition can be surprising, not only to parents but also to the individual, as it highlights the contrast between perception and reality. Parents may express pride, admiration, or even a new level of respect once they understand the scale of achievements that were accomplished independently. The realization is often bittersweet, as it underscores the fact that previous efforts went unnoticed, yet it also reinforces the value of persistence, patience, and quiet determination. This recognition validates the years of disciplined work, sacrifice, and strategic planning, demonstrating that accomplishments speak louder than words or explanations. It also subtly shifts the family dynamic. As achievements become a source of respect rather than concern or underestimation. While unexpected recognition is gratifying, it also carries lessons about the nature of perception, showing that external acknowledgement is often contingent on visible results rather than the effort or intention behind them. This experience reinforces the importance of internal motivation and self-validation, as waiting for others to notice one, as hard work can lead to frustration or dependency. The tangible evidence of success, such as financial statements, business growth, or measurable achievements, provides a clear benchmark that cannot be ignored, compelling parents and others to reassess assumptions about capability and independence. Ultimately, this keynote highlights the transformative effect that visible success can have on relationships and perceptions, demonstrating that consistent effort and self-reliance eventually create undeniable proof of competence, often reshaping how others view one's potential, dedication, and ability to thrive independently. Material versus respect. Wealth brought attention, but respect was earned quietly. Explores the distinction between superficial recognition and the deeper, more meaningful acknowledgement that comes from demonstrating capability, discipline, and character over time. Wealth can attract immediate attention. People often notice outward symbols such as a luxurious lifestyle, high earnings, or visible accomplishments, and these indicators can create a perception of success that commands admiration or envy. However, this attention is often shallow, focused more on material display than on understanding the effort and sacrifices behind it. True respect, in contrast, is earned through consistent actions, resilience, and integrity, often without the fanfare or public display of achievements. It grows from observing someone navigate challenges independently, make disciplined choices, and maintain authenticity while pursuing long-term goals. In many cases, the individual who achieves wealth quietly may initially be underestimated or overlooked because the external signs of success are not apparent. It is only when accomplishments are combined with the demonstration of responsibility, humility, and perseverance that genuine respect emerges. This kind of respect does not depend on money alone. It is informed by the recognition of effort, strategic thinking, and the ability to overcome obstacles without relying on shortcuts or external assistance. While wealth may open doors or command surface-level attention, it is the quiet accumulation of achievements, the resilience in the face of adversity, and the integrity in decision-making that solidifies lasting admiration and trust from others. This distinction also highlights the importance of values and personal standards in defining success. Focusing solely on material gain can lead to transient recognition that may fade over time, whereas earning respect through consistent self-reliance and ethical choices creates a foundation that sustains relationships, influence, and reputation long after the initial achievements are noticed. Additionally, navigating the interplay between material attention and earned respect often requires patience and humility, as the satisfaction of knowing one's worth internally can be far more significant than the external validation that comes with wealth. It reinforces the idea that while financial success can alter perception and attract notice, the depth of regard and admiration from others is built on a track record of discipline, perseverance, and personal integrity. Wealth may make people look, but the demonstration of competence, self-sufficiency, and quiet achievement ensures that they remain impressed and that respect is enduring rather than fleeting. Irony. parents' underestimated capability until proven by net worth, highlights a situation that is both deeply satisfying and subtly poignant, where the assumptions and expectations of parents are contrasted sharply with the reality of independent achievement. Often, parents, despite their love and support, may unconsciously underestimate the abilities of their child, assuming that guidance, intervention, or oversight is necessary for success. This underestimation is rarely malicious. It stems from care, concern, or previous patterns of dependency observed during earlier stages of life. The irony emerges when the child, who quietly and diligently works toward personal goals without asking for help, eventually achieves significant financial success or professional milestones that leave the parents in awe. The very individuals who were once assumed to need supervision or assistance have proven themselves fully capable, often exceeding expectations in ways that cannot be ignored. This moment carries multiple layers of meaning. On one level, it validates the years of effort, sacrifice, and perseverance undertaken without external support, demonstrating that competence and success are built through diligence rather than reliance on parental aid. On another level, it underscores the gap between perception and reality, showing that assumptions, even when well-intentioned, can underestimate the depth of skill, determination, and resilience present in a young adult. The irony is intensified by the fact that recognition often comes not from the day-to-day actions, which were consistent and disciplined, but from a concrete indicator such as net worth or visible achievement, which provides undeniable proof of capability. This revelation can evoke a mixture of emotions, including pride, satisfaction, and a quiet sense of vindication, as it confirms that independence and self-reliance were sufficient to achieve meaningful success. It also teaches a subtle lesson in patience, as years of effort often precede this recognition, emphasizing that consistent work and strategic planning can overcome doubt or underestimation. Additionally, it provides an opportunity to reshape familial dynamics, fostering respect and acknowledgement that was previously absent or muted. The irony, therefore, is not just in the reversal of expectation, but in the silent triumph of capability, showing that quiet perseverance, personal discipline, and unwavering focus can ultimately command recognition, redefine perceptions, and assert independence without confrontation or the need for immediate validation. Emotional tension, mix of pride, vindication, and subtle frustration, captures the complex inner landscape experienced when achieving success independently, especially in the context of familial relationships. This tension arises from a combination of emotions that coexist and sometimes conflict, creating a layered psychological experience. Pride emerges from the knowledge that every achievement, milestone, and financial gain has been earned through one's own effort, strategy, and perseverance, without relying on external support or handouts. This sense of accomplishment is deeply personal, reinforcing self-reliance and validating the years of dedication, sacrifice, and hard work that have been quietly invested. Vindication accompanies pride, particularly when earlier doubts, underestimations, or assumptions often from parents or close observers are proven wrong by tangible results. It is the quiet satisfaction of demonstrating capability, resilience, and intelligence through consistent effort, turning skepticism or skepticism-based judgments into acknowledgement and respect. Yet, this mixture of pride and vindication is often tempered by subtle frustration. Frustration arises from the recognition that recognition, respect, or understanding did not come earlier, despite sustained effort and competence. The realization that achievements might have been overlooked, undervalued, or taken for granted creates a lingering tension, highlighting the disparity between effort expended and acknowledgement received. This combination of emotions is nuanced because it is not purely negative or positive. It is shaped by the simultaneous gratification of proving oneself and the irritation at previous underestimation or misjudgment. Emotional tension in this context also reflects a broader truth about independence, that success is rarely experienced in isolation from social and familial expectations. Even when wealth or milestones become visible, the journey leading to that is filled with moments of doubt, self-questioning, and the quiet navigation of external perception. This tension can be motivating, as it reinforces determination to continue growing, improving, and achieving, while also providing a reflective lens through which to evaluate the journey itself. Learning to sit with this mix of pride, vindication, and frustration develops emotional maturity, as one must reconcile satisfaction in personal achievement with the lingering awareness of past misunderstandings. It also deepens empathy, as it fosters understanding that parental or external assumptions often arise from concern rather than malice, even when they create pressure or doubt. Ultimately, this emotional tension shapes the narrative of independent success, making the experience richer, more complex, and profoundly human, as it embodies the interplay between personal triumph, delayed recognition, and the subtleties of interpersonal perception. Reputation shift, suddenly treated differently after financial success, explores the dramatic change in how others, particularly family and social circles, perceive and interact with someone once tangible success becomes visible. This shift often occurs abruptly, as wealth or achievement provides a concrete signal that transforms assumptions, expectations, and the level of respect extended. Before success is evident, a person may be underestimated, questioned, or subtly dismissed, with their abilities or decisions scrutinized more critically than those of others. The efforts, sacrifices, and strategic decisions made quietly over the years may go unnoticed, leading to a perception of dependency, inexperience, or a lack of capability. However, once success, particularly financial success, is revealed, the social and familial lens changes, sometimes dramatically. Parents, friends, colleagues, or acquaintances may begin to treat the individual with a newfound respect, attention, or even deference, recognizing that the person has achieved what they once doubted or overlooked. This change in treatment can be disorienting, as it highlights the contrast between past underestimation and present acknowledgement, revealing how much social perception is influenced by visible markers of success rather than the effort behind them. The reputation shift can also have subtle psychological effects, eliciting feelings of vindication, satisfaction, and sometimes irony, as those who once doubted or underestimated the individual now engage with them differently. At the same time, it may bring new pressures or expectations, as others begin to rely on, seek advice from, or look up to the person in ways that were absent before. Navigating this new perception requires emotional intelligence, as the individual must balance humility, authenticity, and confidence while adjusting to altered dynamics in relationships. It also reinforces the lesson that reputation is often shaped not solely by character or effort, but by the visibility of results and achievements, highlighting the interplay between personal accomplishment and external acknowledgement. This shift can be particularly pronounced in family contexts, where parents, assumptions or protective instincts are replaced with recognition and sometimes pride once tangible success is evident. Overall, the phenomenon illustrates that quiet dedication and independent achievement may go unnoticed for years, yet when revealed, they have the power to reshape perceptions, relationships, and social standing, emphasizing the transformative effect of success on reputation and the way it alters interactions, respect, and recognition from others. Moral undertone: wealth is to a measure of love or support, emphasizes an important distinction between financial success and the deeper, more enduring forms of connection and care that define relationships, particularly within a family. While accumulating wealth can dramatically alter how others perceive someone, it does not automatically create or guarantee emotional bonds, validation, or unconditional support. Parents, friends, or peers may react differently once financial success becomes visible, offering attention, admiration, or even deference. But these responses often reflect external recognition rather than genuine emotional connection. The moral undertone lies in the awareness that love, respect, and support are rooted in understanding, empathy, and shared experience rather than in material achievements. Wealth may provide comfort, security, or social influence, but it cannot substitute for meaningful relationships, guidance, or emotional affirmation. Understanding this distinction is essential for maintaining perspective and emotional balance, as it prevents conflating financial success with personal validation. It encourages self-reliance not only financially but also emotionally, emphasizing that true fulfillment and stability come from within and from authentic relationships rather than from external approval tied to material indicators. This awareness also fosters humility, as it recognizes that monetary accomplishments, while significant, do not define the totality of one's worth or the depth of one's connection. It shapes how an individual navigates social and familial interactions, encouraging appreciation for genuine support and discernment when recognition seems motivated primarily by financial status. Moreover, the moral undertone underscores the responsibility that comes with wealth. It challenges individuals to use their resources thoughtfully, without expecting material contributions, to automatically cultivate loyalty, affection, or respect. It also reflects a philosophical perspective on success, suggesting that while wealth can be a tool for empowerment and opportunity, it is not a measure of character, love, or relational depth. This understanding helps temper expectations regarding the reactions of parents or peers, acknowledging that admiration based on financial achievements may be superficial and highlighting the importance of maintaining integrity, gratitude, and perspective regardless of others' responses. Recognizing that wealth does not equal love or support ultimately encourages balanced ambition, ethical decision-making, and a focus on cultivating relationships and self-worth that are independent of material status, reinforcing the principle that true success encompasses more than financial accomplishments and requires attention to values, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Subtle revenge, satisfaction in proving independence without confrontation, explores the quiet, almost poetic form of vindication that comes from achieving success on one's own terms, especially in situations where others may have doubted or underestimated capabilities. Unlike overt acts of retaliation, subtle revenge is internalized and expressed through accomplishment rather than words or conflict. It is the satisfaction of demonstrating that independence, discipline, and strategic effort can yield results that surpass expectations, proving skeptics wrong without direct confrontation or hostility. This form of revenge relies on patience, resilience, and focus, as it often requires years of consistent work, sacrifice, and learning before the results are evident to others. The gratification derived from subtle revenge is multifaceted. It includes a sense of personal validation, the quiet acknowledgement of one's own strength, and the recognition that success achieved independently is the most authentic measure of capability. In this context, subtle revenge is not about malice or retribution. It is about reclaiming agency and asserting competence in a way that cannot be disputed. Parents, peers, or observers who previously underestimated the individual are confronted not with arguments but with tangible proof of self-reliance and achievement, often in the form of financial milestones, professional accomplishments, or visible independence. This approach also reflects emotional intelligence, as it avoids unnecessary conflict while still communicating the message that previous doubts or assumptions were misplaced. The process teaches humility and patience, as the individual must navigate the tension between wanting recognition and maintaining focus on long-term goals, understanding that overt confrontation can undermine the authenticity and impact of the accomplishment. Subtle revenge fosters a deep sense of empowerment because it is earned through effort, discipline, and perseverance rather than through shortcuts, external validation, or reactive behavior. It also strengthens character, as it encourages reflection, strategic planning, and the cultivation of inner satisfaction rather than dependence on external acknowledgement. This dynamic underscores the idea that the most powerful form of proving oneself is through action and results rather than verbal assertions or displays of frustration. Subtle revenge demonstrates that independence and capability are inherently valuable, and that the validation of others, while rewarding, is secondary to the personal triumph of overcoming challenges, building resilience, and achieving success entirely through one's own efforts, creating a quiet yet undeniable statement of competence and self-worth. Self-confidence, built confidence through personal achievements, emphasizes the idea that true confidence is earned through action, effort, and tangible results rather than through external validation or encouragement alone. Self-confidence in this context is a deep-rooted belief in one's abilities, cultivated over time by consistently setting goals, overcoming challenges, and realizing ambitions through personal initiative. Each achievement, whether small or significant, reinforces the understanding that success is not a matter of luck or favoritism, but a direct outcome of skill, perseverance, and disciplined effort. Building confidence through personal achievements requires taking responsibility for one's decisions, learning from mistakes, and developing resilience in the face of setbacks. Unlike confidence derived from praise or recognition, this self-earned confidence is stable and enduring because it is anchored in experience rather than perception. It allows individuals to navigate uncertainty and challenges with composure, trusting in their ability to analyze situations, make informed choices, and take decisive action. Personal achievements, particularly those accomplished independently, also foster a sense of autonomy, as the individual realizes they can shape their own path and create opportunities rather than waiting for them to be handed down. This process of self-validation is empowering, as it emphasizes internal metrics of success rather than external approval, teaching that personal worth and capability are measured by effort, results, and growth rather than by the opinions of others. Building confidence through achievements also encourages continual growth and ambition, as each milestone reached serves as evidence that more is possible, reinforcing the belief that challenges can be overcome through preparation, focus, and persistence. Over time, this cultivated confidence translates into stronger decision-making, improved leadership abilities, and greater emotional resilience, as the individual is less likely to be swayed by doubt, criticism, or social pressures. It also shapes how relationships and professional interactions are managed, instilling a sense of assurance without arrogance, and allowing the individual to assert their independence and judgment respectfully. This kind of self-confidence is deeply intertwined with identity, reinforcing the idea that the ability to rely on oneself, achieve goals, and navigate life as challenges forms the foundation of personal strength. It demonstrates that confidence rooted in action and results is not only more reliable than superficial validation but also profoundly motivating, fostering the drive to continue pursuing ambitious goals and solidifying the understanding that personal achievement is both a measure and a source of enduring self-belief. Financial independence, emphasis on owning one's life and choices, underscores the profound empowerment that comes from being able to manage one's own resources and make decisions without reliance on others. Financial independence is more than the ability to earn money. It is the freedom to determine one's path, prioritize goals, and live in alignment with personal values without being constrained by external pressures or obligations. Achieving this independence requires discipline, foresight, and a willingness to make sometimes difficult choices, such as foregoing immediate pleasures to save or invest for future stability. It fosters a sense of ownership over life, as every financial decision, whether related to spending, saving, investing, or career moves, becomes an expression of personal responsibility and autonomy. With financial independence comes the ability to respond to challenges with confidence, as the individual is not dependent on others for support during emergencies, opportunities, or life transitions. This independence encourages long-term thinking, as decisions are made with an understanding of their consequences on future stability, growth, and personal well-being. It also reinforces self-reliance, teaching that success and security are earned through one's own effort rather than assumed or inherited. The psychological impact of financial independence is significant, as it strengthens self-esteem, reduces anxiety related to uncertainty, and cultivates resilience in the face of setbacks or unforeseen circumstances. Moreover, it allows individuals to define success on their own terms, choosing careers, lifestyles, and opportunities based on personal ambition rather than the expectations or resources of family, friends, or society. Financial independence also promotes strategic decision-making, as managing one's resources effectively requires budgeting, prioritization, and informed choices about risk and reward. It nurtures a mindset of empowerment, demonstrating that the ability to shape one's circumstances is directly linked to one's actions and knowledge. Beyond practical benefits, it conveys a deeper philosophical principle that autonomy over one's life is inseparable from responsibility for one's outcomes. Individuals who prioritize financial independence learn to value freedom, discipline, and foresight, understanding that the capacity to make choices and direct their own life path is one of the most meaningful measures of personal achievement. This approach ensures that life is navigated deliberately rather than passively, with each decision reinforcing the principle that independence, self-sufficiency, and intentional living are the true foundations of long-term success and personal fulfillment. Contrast: childhood struggles versus adult success highlights the dramatic and often instructive difference between early hardships and the accomplishments achieved later in life, emphasizing how adversity shapes resilience, character, and ambition. Childhood struggles, whether financial, emotional, or social, create a foundation of awareness about the challenges of the world and the importance of self-reliance. These formative experiences often involve facing scarcity, witnessing limits in support systems, or navigating responsibilities beyond one's years. Such conditions teach patience, problem-solving, and resourcefulness, forcing the individual to find creative ways to cope and grow even when external help is limited. The contrast becomes striking when these same individuals achieve success as adults, particularly when that success is self-earned, financially significant, or professionally meaningful. The accomplishments highlight not only the progress made but also the personal evolution required to transform obstacles into opportunities. This juxtaposition demonstrates the power of persistence, as the skills, discipline, and resilience developed in youth directly contribute to the capacity to seize opportunities later in life. Adult success stands as a testament to the individual one's determination, strategic planning, and ability to endure difficulties without relying on external intervention. The contrast also brings a sense of perspective, showing how experiences of scarcity or struggle instill values such as hard work, delayed gratification, and an appreciation for opportunity, which may be absent in those who never face significant challenges. This perspective often informs decision-making, lifestyle choices, and personal priorities, as adults who emerged from hardship tend to be more cautious with resources, more disciplined investments, and more strategic in career advancement. Emotionally, the contrast reinforces a sense of pride and accomplishment, as the individual recognizes that the achievements were not simply inherited or granted but earned through effort, resilience, and learning. It also fosters humility, as the memory of struggle keeps success grounded, preventing overconfidence or entitlement. Furthermore, this contrast can create subtle satisfaction in social or familial contexts, especially when earlier assumptions about dependency or inability are proven wrong by tangible results. Reflecting on childhood struggles versus adult success emphasizes the continuity between challenges faced and lessons learned, showing that adversity is not merely an obstacle, but a critical driver of growth, shaping the mindset, habits, and character required to attain independence, competence, and long-term achievement. Humor, small, ironic moments about the parents' surprise, highlights the subtle yet powerful role that humor can play in navigating the dynamics of success, recognition, and family perception. Humor in this context often arises from the incongruity between expectations and reality, such as when parents, who may have assumed dependency or limited capability, are unexpectedly confronted with the tangible results of independent effort. These moments of irony can be deeply satisfying because they illuminate the contrast between what was assumed and what was achieved, creating a shared awareness that is both amusing and revealing. The use of humor also allows the individual to process the emotional complexity of vindication, pride, and frustration in a lighter, more constructive way. By noticing the irony without bitterness, humor transforms what could be tension or resentment into a subtle form of storytelling, a way to reflect on personal growth and perseverance with levity. These moments may occur in small gestures, such as parents expressing surprise at financial milestones, commenting jokingly on lifestyle changes, or reacting in ways that reveal their underestimation. The individual, aware of the effort behind these accomplishments, experiences a quiet amusement at the sudden shift in perception, which reinforces the sense of achievement without requiring confrontation or verbal assertion. Humor also serves as a bridge in familial relationships, softening potential awkwardness while acknowledging the shift in dynamics, allowing pride and vindication to coexist with affection and understanding. It underscores the idea that success can be both meaningful and playful, showing that acknowledgement from others, even when delayed, can be met with grace and wit rather than resentment. Moreover, recognizing the humor in these situations reflects emotional intelligence, as it requires perspective, patience, and the ability to see beyond immediate reactions to the broader narrative of growth and independence. Ironic or humorous observations can also provide motivation and validation, reinforcing the sense that persistence, strategic planning, and self-reliance ultimately create outcomes that exceed expectations and subtly challenge assumptions. This form of humor celebrates accomplishment in a socially nuanced way, allowing the individual to enjoy recognition and transformation in perception without alienating or antagonizing those whose assumptions were once limiting. By finding amusement in the parents' surprise, one highlights the contrast between effort and perception, demonstrating that success can be acknowledged with both satisfaction and a sense of lighthearted reflection. Validation, success is a form of self-validation, not merely for others, emphasizes that the most meaningful acknowledgement comes from recognizing one's own effort, perseverance, and growth rather than relying on external approval. While society, peers, and family often offer praise or attention based on visible accomplishments, these reactions are external and sometimes inconsistent, dependent on perception, timing, or personal bias. True validation, however, is internal and arises from the understanding that every achievement, milestone, or breakthrough is the direct result of one's choices, discipline, and persistence. Self-validation transforms the experience of success from something performative into something deeply personal and fulfilling, because it affirms the value of one's work and reinforces confidence in one's ability to overcome challenges independently. When success is pursued primarily for the approval of others, the satisfaction is often fleeting, as external recognition can be delayed, withheld, or misinterpreted. By framing success as self-validation, the individual develops a resilient mindset, where accomplishments are measured against personal goals, standards, and values rather than social comparison or external expectation. This perspective also encourages accountability, as the individual understands that results are earned through effort, strategy, and deliberate action, and cannot be attributed solely to chance, inheritance, or the approval of others. It fosters a sense of empowerment, allowing one to make bold choices and take calculated risks with the confidence that personal judgment and capability are sufficient to navigate outcomes. Self-validation through achievement also strengthens emotional independence, reducing the need for constant affirmation from family, peers, or society, and allowing the individual to maintain focus and motivation even in the absence of external recognition. Over time, this approach cultivates a balanced understanding of success, where pride is derived from tangible results and the knowledge that obstacles were overcome through personal effort rather than from accolades or praise. It reinforces the principle that fulfillment comes from mastery, growth, and self-reliance, creating a foundation for long-term confidence and resilience. By seeing success as self-validation, achievements become markers of personal competence and growth, providing satisfaction that is enduring and authentic, independent of how others respond, and emphasizing that the most profound measure of accomplishment lies in recognizing and honoring one's own perseverance, skill, and dedication rather than in seeking approval or acknowledgement from the outside world. Lessons learned, value of hard work and patience, highlights the deep understanding that meaningful achievements are rarely instantaneous and that consistent effort over time is essential for long-term success. Hard work is not simply about putting in hours, it is about applying focused effort, discipline, and strategy toward goals, often in the face of obstacles, setbacks, and competing demands. Through sustained effort, an individual develops resilience, problem-solving skills, and the capacity to persevere even when progress seems slow or outcomes are uncertain. The value of patience becomes evident in this process, as results frequently take months or years to materialize, and premature shortcuts or impatience can undermine long-term objectives. Learning to be patient reinforces the importance of timing, planning, and prioritization, showing that strategic pacing often yields better results than impulsive action. These lessons are reinforced through experience, as the challenges encountered while pursuing independence, financial stability, or professional milestones provide concrete examples of how persistence, effort, and thoughtful decision-making directly contribute to progress. Hard work and patience are intertwined, as disciplined effort without patience may lead to frustration or burnout, while patience without action produces stagnation. The combination cultivates a mindset that values process over immediate gratification, where the journey itself teaches critical skills, strengthens character, and shapes judgment. This understanding also extends beyond personal achievement to relationships, career growth, and financial management, as the ability to work diligently and wait for results builds credibility, trust, and a reputation for reliability. Lessons learned from embracing hard work and patience reinforce self-confidence and independence, showing that personal capability is proven through sustained effort rather than luck, inherited advantage, or external support. They also encourage reflection and adaptability, as each challenge provides insight into what strategies are effective and which approaches require adjustment, fostering continuous learning. Over time, these lessons cultivate a profound sense of accomplishment, as the individual recognizes that each goal achieved is a direct result of deliberate effort and steadfast perseverance. Understanding the value of hard work and patience transforms ambition into actionable steps, instills discipline, and ensures that success is sustainable and meaningful, rooted in experience, skill, and the ability to endure challenges while remaining focused on long-term objectives, demonstrating that true achievement is built gradually, thoughtfully, and consistently rather than through fleeting or immediate gains. Societal lens: how wealth changes perception in families, reflects the profound effect that financial success can have on how an individual is viewed by their family and social circle, and how deeply these perceptions are influenced by societal norms and values. From a young age, many people internalize cultural expectations about success, achievement, and independence, which are often intertwined with notions of financial stability. Families, even those who are supportive, may unconsciously measure competence or adulthood through tangible markers such as earnings, assets, or lifestyle choices. When a child or family member achieves wealth independently, it can dramatically shift these perceptions, altering the way parents, siblings, and extended relatives interact with and regard the individual. This shift often occurs because financial success serves as a visible, objective indicator of capability, discipline, and strategic thinking, confirming qualities that may have been doubted or underestimated previously. The societal lens also emphasizes comparison, as families may gauge achievement not solely on effort or character but on visible markers of prosperity relative to peers, neighbors, or cultural expectations. Wealth, therefore, becomes a symbol that can override prior assumptions, changing dynamics of respect, influence, and attention within the family. While this recognition can be gratifying, it is also complex, as it exposes the conditionality of some forms of familial acknowledgement. Parents or relatives who previously questioned decisions or underestimated potential may suddenly express admiration, support, or interest, revealing how perception is shaped, not only by personal connection, but by socially recognized indicators of success. This phenomenon highlights the broader truth that societal values often prioritize outcomes and material success over the effort, integrity, and discipline that underlie achievements. Understanding this dynamic allows the individual to navigate familial relationships with awareness, balancing appreciation for newfound respect with the recognition that such attention is influenced by societal and cultural biases rather than purely personal merit. It also underscores the importance of internal validation and self-reliance, as reliance on external acknowledgement for a sense of worth can be unpredictable and contingent on shifting perceptions. Ultimately, viewing wealth through a societal lens demonstrates how financial success can redefine family dynamics, reshape respect and recognition, and illuminate the ways in which social and cultural expectations influence the way achievements are perceived and valued. Emphasizing the interplay between personal effort, societal norms, and familial acknowledgement, strategic patience, letting achievements reveal themselves over time, emphasizes the deliberate approach of cultivating success quietly and allowing results to manifest naturally rather than seeking immediate recognition or external validation. Strategic patience is not passive waiting. It is an active, disciplined process in which every action is intentional and aligned with long-term goals. Yet the timing of acknowledgement is secondary to the work itself. This approach requires a clear understanding of priorities, the ability to delay gratification, and the capacity to maintain focus despite the absence of immediate feedback or visible reward. By exercising strategic patience, an individual develops resilience, as it often involves navigating periods of uncertainty, setbacks, or slow progress while trusting that consistent effort will yield meaningful results. It encourages meticulous planning and thoughtful execution, ensuring that each step contributes to cumulative growth and that milestones are reached not by chance but through careful decision-making. Letting achievements reveal themselves over time also fosters a sense of autonomy and self-reliance, as the individual learns to measure progress against personal standards and long-term objectives rather than relying on the acknowledgement or approval of others. This method minimizes distractions from superficial recognition or societal pressure, allowing energy and focus to remain concentrated on mastery, skill development, and the strategic pursuit of goals. Over time, the visible results of consistent effort become undeniable proof of capability, often surprising observers who may have underestimated the individual or expected dependence, creating a natural and powerful shift in perception. This delayed revelation also enhances the emotional satisfaction derived from success, as accomplishments emerge organically from sustained commitment rather than through public performance or performative gestures. Strategic patience teaches valuable lessons about timing, persistence, and the compounding effect of consistent effort, showing that meaningful results are rarely immediate, and that the quiet work done behind the scenes often yields the most significant and lasting outcomes. It reinforces the importance of long-term vision over short-term gratification, cultivating discipline, foresight, and confidence in one's ability to navigate challenges independently. By allowing achievements to reveal themselves gradually, an individual demonstrates that true success is rooted in deliberate action, perseverance, and thoughtful planning, proving capability and resilience through tangible outcomes that speak for themselves and solidify both personal fulfillment and external acknowledgement without the need for immediate explanation or assertion. Legacy mindset, building a foundation for future generations, captures the long-term perspective that shapes not only personal ambition but also the way achievements and wealth are managed and envisioned beyond one's immediate needs. Developing a legacy mindset involves thinking strategically about the impact of decisions on the future, considering how actions, financial choices, and accomplishments today can provide stability, opportunities, and inspiration for generations to come. It requires a sense of responsibility, not merely for personal gain, but for the broader effect that success can have on family, community, and even society. Individuals with this mindset often prioritize sustainability, ethical growth, and thoughtful investment, recognizing that short-term gains or impulsive decisions may undermine the ability to create lasting value. This approach also fosters discipline and foresight, as it requires evaluating the potential consequences of choices on long-term outcomes and understanding the compounding benefits of consistent effort, strategic saving, and purposeful action. The legacy mindset often influences how one balances ambition with prudence, as the desire to build a foundation for others encourages careful planning and measured risk-taking rather than reckless or purely self-centered pursuit of wealth. It is deeply connected to values, emphasizing integrity, responsibility, and the prioritization of meaningful accomplishments over superficial markers of success. In cultivating a legacy mindset, individuals also consider education, knowledge transfer, and the cultivation of skills, ensuring that future generations are equipped to continue growth, maintain independence, and navigate challenges effectively. This perspective encourages resilience and patience, as building a foundation that endures beyond one's immediate circumstances often requires sustained effort, strategic thinking, and the ability to delay gratification for broader long-term benefits. Emotionally, it provides a sense of purpose that extends beyond personal achievement, connecting individual ambition with a greater narrative of contribution and continuity. Legacy thinking also reshapes relationships, as the focus shifts from competition or recognition to mentorship, guidance, and the empowerment of others. It reinforces the principle that true success is measured not only by what is achieved personally but also by the structures, values, and opportunities left in place for those who follow. By adopting a legacy mindset, individuals ensure that their hard work, strategic planning, and disciplined pursuit of goals create enduring impact, demonstrating that wealth, independence, and accomplishment gain their fullest meaning when used as a foundation to empower, guide, and inspire future generations, providing both security and a model of resilience and self-reliance. In conclusion, this journey of quiet perseverance, self-reliance, and strategic patience demonstrates that true success is never about shortcuts or handouts, but about the deliberate choices, sacrifices, and relentless effort that shape one's independence and character. Each challenge faced, each milestone quietly achieved, and each lesson learned has built not just wealth, but resilience, confidence, and a legacy that speaks louder than words ever could. The transformation from being underestimated to being recognized is a testament to the power of determination, discipline, and the ability to let results speak for themselves, showing that real victory lies in proving one's worth without confrontation, in owning every choice, and in cultivating a life that is fully self-directed. Good luck to each of you as you embark on your own journey toward independence, growth, and achievement. Remember that the most meaningful success comes from within, and that your efforts, patience, and dedication will create results that even the skeptics cannot ignore. Thank you for your time, attention, and for sharing in this reflection on the power of perseverance, self-reliance, and the quiet, undeniable triumph of achieving your dreams on your own terms.